वांग मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाची प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य मानिष्ठा श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासि अनेनाधीतेनाहो रत्नान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ May my speech be fixed in my mind. May my mind be established in my speech. O self-manifested Atman, do thou manifest thyself unto me. O my mind and speech, may ye be fit to reveal to me the supreme knowledge. May I not forget what I have heard without forgetting what I have learned. May I be able to study day and night. The right will I speak, the truth will I speak. May Brahman protect me. May Brahman protect the preceptor. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today our topic is Holy Mother's words. There is no wealth equal to contentment. Holy Mother said, very Mother used to say all the time in very simple language, the highest truth. That is talking that if you read something and your head gets reeling, then you know that the person who has written that is a scholar. But if you read, and any child even thinks, oh, I understand something, then that is called the higher and higher and higher level of spirituality manifesting there. Anyone reading Bible, anyone reading, say, Ramakrishna's Gospel, Holy Mother's Gospel, you'll see that it's so simple as if we understand everything. That is the greatness of this spiritual, extremely lofty state of mind of theirs. When they speak from their words are so simple, but it is so penetrating and profound. So what Holy Mother said in Bengali, she said that Swachher saman gun nai, santosher saman dhan nai. A very simple word. Swachha means patience, endurance. There is no quality equal to that. We acquire so many noble qualities of our life. Very simple word, Holy Mother said, there is no comparison to that quality of enduring in life situation, whatever comes. People have the capacity to endure that. In another place, Holy Mother said, you should endure like that of the Mother Earth. See how much we torture, but how patiently she is enduring everything. So that was the first point. And the wealth. We acquire wealth, but there is no wealth parallel to that type of what is called contentment. If in one's character, you can imbibe this character of contentment, the contented heart, that is the greatest blessings. The whole wealth of the world may be with a person, but discontent, disgruntled, we call always dissatisfied inside. But those, that they're the fortunate people in the world who have this contentment in the heart, whatever condition comes in life. In the scriptures, we hear that these are different, this quality have been mentioned in different ways. Socrates said, he who is not contented
with what he has would not be contented what he would like to have. That's the point. But we are always discontented. We got something and we hope I'm happy probably. But still, then discontent will raise his head and sort, I want that, I want that, and I want. Yes, you can want that. There's nothing wrong in asking for something greater, good. But to keep ourselves discontented always, this is spiritual. We think that spirituality is doing, only spirituality is doing your meditation and japa and all these things. But meditation, spirituality is actually character. And it should reflect in the day-to-day life. That is called spirituality. So spirituality is when one can stay in a condition, all types of situation, but how one can keep one's peace inside. I was seeing that yesterday one lady came and she had a child who is not, though he is 15 years old, but he is not being normally strong enough to face the challenges of life. So he cannot do anything for himself. And the mother came, he was sparkling with joy. She was sparkling with joy and then shouting, what a blessing. I said, what? This God has given me this child and he cannot do anything for himself. So I will have to take care of everything. And why he has given to me? God has given to me. I thought, he's so kind, so gracious, so that I serve him and I'm happy every day. My God, look at that. Autistic child, if someone if feels that type of to take care every day, just like a baby, even the dearest person will be frustrated. But she is so happy. I got the wonderful opportunity to serve. I thought, why God has sent it to me? See, that is the contentment of the heart. And that may be the serious cause of discontentment. But that is the way to spirituality, I think, is to be measured in this way, how one person is peaceful in all conditions. And ultimately we know what is God realization, to be established in such a peace which will not be disturbed by anything. Nothing can disturb that peace. And that joy, that bliss which is in, it will be unfailing. So that's why this is a beautiful idea what we hear from Socrates, that he who is not contented with what he has, yes, we may need more, but how can he be contented? That's a question. I need something more, but I have not. But how can it be contented? Yes, we can. If we look towards the other side, who is less privileged, who is in the street, who is in the homeless. Yes, I am what I want, I am not that, but look at the other side. Oh, I have not a good medical insurance. Okay, good. But I have something. As opposed to, there is nothing for a person. If anything happens, so it will have to depend on such thing to wait and go and total treatment is impossible because this operation cannot be done, there is no money, this, that. So it can be made, their heart can be made contented. But it can be made the cause if we look at the other side. Oh, there is a beautiful house, yes, multiple storied house, beautiful furniture and this, and I have only ordinary furniture. I may be unhappy with that. But it does not bother. I sleep well in my bed. I have sufficient to hold my necessities. But that is the question of attitude, and that spirituality should match with this thing. Aristotle believed that the contentment came from acting in accordance with the nature and realizing one's full potential. He has given another height. Understanding one's own full potential, that will be, according to nature, to realize that that is the contentment. Contentment not in the mundane world. Contentment is not never be one cannot be contented as much as wants to satisfy the things from the world. Because we are infinite, we cannot stop at any point. Whatever we get, it is less than that what I am. So these very philosophers' words are very philosophic, in accordance with the nature and realizing one's full potential. What is the potential in me? To understand that and to feel that presence, that is called contentment. And happiness is self-contentedness. That is the. So the contentment means pleasure, it means cheerfulness, gratification, fulfillment, it means equanimity, serenity, tranquility. That contentment is particularly has been defined like a mental or emotional state of satisfaction. It is a mental or emotional state of satisfaction which may be drawn from being at ease on one's situation, one's body condition and mental condition. That means whatever is one is possessing already. So a mental or emotional state of satisfaction to create that idea, I'm okay with it. That does not stop us doing more attempt to find more things what I need. But that attempt should be there. It is not asking us to be like a piece of stone or non-reactive like a jara matter. No. But the internal mental state is such that is the emotional state that's of satisfaction. I should be satisfied always. Why I give my satisfaction to anyone or any circumstances, any environment, any person? Why did I give up? Can I keep it with me? And that is the contentment, may be a state of having accepted one's situation and is a milder and more tentative state or form of happiness. Contentment may be a state. How that state will come? Having accepted one's situation. We have to accept where we are, though we attempt, though we want to be like that. Effort should be there, energy should be given there, but also to learn I am satisfied with this. So, having accepted, we don't accept that point, and that's why even in the most sweet situation, one makes a life miserable. That's why our Upanishad also declares that to an ignorant man, the world is filled with misery. Aggasya dukkham aghamayam jagat. Like andham bhuvanam andhasya prakasham tu sachakshusha. This is the Baraha Upanishad which says, to an ignorant person, the world is filled with misery, while to a wise, it is full of bliss. To a blind, the world is dark, while to a man of vision, it is all bright. So, to have that brightness of our vision, darkness is in our understanding, and darkness is to be lifted from my understanding, then we can learn to be contented. And contentment is only for the spiritual people who have their higher values. Santosh or contentment is a very important characteristic and in our life. So it is to stay even in spiritual life. Contentment means that stay satisfied with whatever spiritual taste we achieve by our practices without demanding constant ecstasy, samadhi. People normally think that I'll have to have samadhi. No. And I'm not doing, I'm not getting. That will not give anything. That means even that there should be satisfaction. I tried my best. Then let me be here happy, but pray. Divine discontent is also an important point, but that should not make one sad. That is not feel discontented. There is one type of sadness though, but that is a divine discontent we call. So here, the contentment to whatever spirit you have practiced spiritual discipline, you have attained to a certain degree, and when you attain to that, as much as you practiced, you got it. But you want immediately more, more. That's good idea. But that should not make the life miserable and take us to depression. Then what we do? We don't do anything. We don't practice more. Our attention goes from practice, and then we go for depression. So this is like the example, as it is said, take care of your means, Swamiji said. Means are important as the goal. Only thinking of the goal, perfect satisfaction, samadhi, spiritual joy, ecstatic joy, is the goal. And whatever I am at this point here. Okay, be satisfied, move on, pay attention to your journey. So Swamiji said, Swami Vivekananda said, one should pay attention to the goal as to the means also. Means, if it is not taken care of, the goal will never be reached. And suppose I start driving from here and I want to go to, San Diego. So I may be all the time dissatisfied. Seeing another car crossing me, I see some of the drivers. If the one car comes in front, you are going in your speed and he is going in his speed. Okay, he has car. No, dissatisfied. You sing a song, beautiful. Oh, brother, go, and happy. How long it takes with 60 miles speed to cross 20 feet? And people fight for that. So how we can be contented is the point. It is our own choice. And we learn that not in the meditation, but here also, in everyday struggle of our life. Here, pay attention to your driving. Forget the goal even. Samadhi tamadhi is not necessary in life. You are here. You are standing in the near the 110 downtown exit area. It is jam-packed. And don't get dissatisfied. You bring out some of the music or sing some song for yourself and be happy. You got some time for yourself. You can think that way. Or you can feel what a disaster and you can be totally dissatisfied. It happens in our day-to-day life. So that is a spiritual practice, how to remain contented in that situation. Wherever there is an odd situation, how I can keep my peace, how I can keep my joy. Not that I am not making an attempt. It is jam, okay. I have to stop. I cannot run over the other cars. So if that is not so, let me enjoy this moment for myself. So that's why we have to stay satisfied with whatever, even in spiritual life, spiritual taste, we achieve by our practices without demanding constant ecstasy. As if ecstasy is just an easy thing. It will just drop on me from heaven somewhere. It will drop like a ghost in my head. No, it isn't. So we need to stay satisfied with whatever material things we achieve while doing our duties in a mood of devotion without being distracted with mundane cravings. So these are the different ideas about this concept of contentment. That is how we can learn to stay satisfied in the material objects in which we achieved, and we are doing our day-to-day duties and keeping in a mood of devotion without being distracted from our goal of life, perfect peace. So only who can be perfectly satisfied, Gita says. That person can be satisfied. Santushta, Satatam yogi, that yogi who has united with the divine, Jatatma, who has controlled his own self, And Dhrita Nishchaya, who have determination, with firm determination, has given the mind, Maya Arpita Manobuddhi is given the mind and heart and soul and everything to God in me. They are the greatest devotees. They I most endearing devotees. So there are conditions how to be perfectly absorbed in God. That is the goal. Deho, man, body, mind, our emotions, our intellect, our ego should all be trained to reach that destination of santosha, that is the contentment. And how it is to be contented? This contentment cannot come in the material plane. That is to be understood. We may try that, but it is not possible. It is said, the Swamiji Vivekananda, we remember that story. He sang this song to Ramakrishna, no? জুড়াইতে চাই কোথায় জুড়াই কোথা হতে আসি কোথা ভেসে যাই where do I come from where do I go again and again I am coming and going this way where shall I soothe myself again and again coming how much I weep and cry dissatisfied dissatisfied dissatisfied. In Hindu faith, it is believed that 840 million births has gone past through our life before. Bacteria, little cell, little this, how many varieties of cells, all these lives experience, trying to satisfy to this life, to that life, to this experience, that experience, going on, and we have come over here. And even we all want to have that perfect peace, that perfect joy and tranquility, unending happiness. But where to find it and how? That cry is there because we are incomplete. And as human, and we want to fulfill that craving. That's why we want to get it. And when we don't get it, our dissatisfaction comes. That's Gita's formula. When I desire something, so what is the problem of our life is the desire. Oh, shall we not desire? It's a very uh, gray area. When we say in Vedanta, always don't desire, everyone gets puzzled. What? How can I live in the life without desire? Yes, you desire, but how to desire and what is the real desire and how to uh, put our desire into action? We should desire, otherwise you cannot live in a moment. But desire should not kill us. Bhogana bhukta, vayameva bhukta. We want to fulfill, enjoy, but the enjoyment kills us. So therefore, we are incomplete as human and want to complete it by craving things of outside. We want, and if we get it, then I'll be happy. But that does not happen. If I get something, then more and more will be our desire. It will pull us more and more. That's why Kathopanishad tells us that paranchi khani vatrinat sayambhu tasmat parang pashyati nantaratman kasyit dhiraha pratyagatmanam aikshat avritta chakshu amritattamichan. Here he says, God when he is created, he created our eyes and all our sense organs focused outside. Because of that, we are attracted to the things of the object. I think that that beautiful flower will satisfy me, that beautiful house will satisfy me, that beautiful objective universe will satisfy me. Because it is connected, focused outside. We see the outside only. Tasmat parang pasati. But we do not see what is inside. What is the eternal source of all joy, which we find a little spark of that joy outside, which is here, is a solid source of that. Here, more. That's why only few people who turn their eyes from outside to inside, from limited to unlimited, to Sima to Asim, to which is time bound, space bound, and causality bound, versus that which is beyond time, space, and causation. How to turn this direction. But it is important that we will go through the experience of life. Therefore, it is not wrong that we should have our experience of life to find that I try to get satisfied, but it does not come to me. It brings me to more dissatisfaction. So that we run and grab, we try to grab something, we try to hold on, thinking that we shall be happy by holding it to it, and we will be peaceful, we will be contented. But this insatiable craving or desire takes us more and more into our own bondage, our own pains and sufferings, fear and stress, restlessness, and all these types of things. So, this is the point that we are in this condition. Everyone, every day, we are passing through these troubles of life. We face the challenges of life, and facing them, we try to solve that problem in our own way, in the materialistic way. But the only solution is that if we can think that what we are seeking is seeking a limited thing. How can I seek the unlimited? Bhuma tu eva vijigyasasya. Scripture says, you are talking about, if you want to talk about the Bhuma. Bhuma means infinite. Bhuma means unlimited. So that target is to be fixed. And that is the Vedanta gives those target. And if that target is fixed and people move in that direction, ultimately they get into that experience of perfect freedom. Viveka Churamuni says, Vigyato atmatattasya sarupasya swanandara supainai nasti nirvasanat maunat parang sukakrit uttamam. There is nothing more exhilarating than the gratitude, contentment that comes of a state of desirelessness. So desire to desirelessness, that is the main point. We are going back. We are desiring and fulfilling that desire, we think that we will be satisfied. But when the desire is even fulfilled, then another desire comes, little higher desire, bigger desire. My gross example goes that we have a job of 60,000. I am dissatisfied with that. I need more money. Good. And try. If you get it, you get a, okay, 80,000. Okay, 80,000 offer. That's good. But that 80,000 after some time will be not satisfying. There will be more. But not satisfying is good because that is pushing us towards infinity. That's good. But dissatisfaction is the question. Discontent in the heart is the question. Can we move in our life through all these odd situations and keep the mind peaceful there and attempt for going for 80, going for 100,000, going for 500,000, million? Okay, go. There's endless. Let us go. But can we parallelly, simultaneously keep the satisfaction in each state? Okay, I am trying, I am here, I am perfectly happy. Can we teach our mind? I am happy, I don't have to make my life miserable. I need not have to make my life sleepless. Whatever is there, okay, I am happy with it. And this is all the play of the mind. Look at that when we go to sleep. Where goes our anxieties? Where goes our expectations, frustrations, dissatisfaction? Where does it go? Anyone feels that when we are in deep sleep every day? None of us feel all those things. Because why? Simple formula. Why? Because mind is inactive there, or mind is sleeping there. So when the mind is not there, all these things are done. When the mind is active, then our mind interprets things this way. Now it interprets things in the dream, and there will be happiness and misery going on everywhere. But can we live in the mind, awakened mind? That is the desireless mind. Awakened mind means that mind which does not desire. Desire, but the desire does not bring them suffering. Desire just for life's journey. Let us go on, move on and on and on. But it fails to bring that dissatisfaction, discontent in the heart of the person. So this is the point, that in mind, that's why mind is to be made desireless. In the Yoga Vasishta we are reading, the all our suffering is created by our mind. Pure mind will be that transparent. He knows that in my life I have a body and mind, I'll have to go on with my desires, expectations, but not to cling on to anything. Desireless, desireless desire. Just not what you call the clinging to something. That clingingness is the point of our suffering. Not the objects are any problem. Things are not the object of our suffering, but our attachment to that, that is clingingness and holding on. So it is said that nothing more is there exhilarating than the quality, gratitude or contentment that comes of a state of desirelessness. It's Shankaracharya says, Nasti nirvasanat mauna param shukhakrit uttama. There is no higher peace, higher joy, higher happiness than that of nirvasana. Holy Mother's beautiful. See, we are reading in Viveka Chudamani. And Holy Mother, how simple. Holy Mother said, my child, if you can become nirvasana, then you attain now. It is God is here, your peace, eternal peace is here and now. Only you become nirvasana. Means non-desiring. Living in life, but not desire. Why shall I desire little thing? Let me desire the infinite. So that desireless desire, that is the very tricky area. Mother said that if there is a little desire, and the thread, the fiber is little out of a thread, and you want to pass it to the eye of the needle, the thread will not pass. Even little desire. She said that the other example, Bharat, the King Bharata, he died at the time he has a pet deer, and he was thinking of the deer. And it is said he has to be born as deer with a little desire. So it functions such a way that it always takes us to dissatisfaction and discontent. So how can I control my desires? I'm not becoming, as I said, don't desire does not mean that we will not eat, we will not sleep, we will not work, we will not enjoy. But desire what you are enjoying. Put that idea that it is the divine. So the divine, when you put divine into the picture, then this desire which is bothering us, it will go away. And expectation out of that is the cause of our suffering. So nirvasana is a state, he says, if one can do that, that's mind free from this type of expectations, then the sweetness, the love, the rasha, that will come. That's unfailing joy. Another verse, Viveka Chudamani says, that person, if you can do that, what happens? He says, what indeed can manifest, that whose luster, like the sun, causes the whole universe, unsubstantial, unreal, insignificant, to appear at all. That means, as the sun comes in the day, Everything in this world is shining. And then you see which is immaterial, nighttime dream, fear, all goes away. Anatmakam asat, those who are they're tuchya, little, everything gets manifested. When the sun is up, everything is getting shining. Whether it is little, whether it is big, whether it is small, it is beautiful or not, everything is lighted by the light of the sun. So when the sun of knowledge dawns, then only what happens? Everything is felt to be permeated with that one consciousness. That's why in the Upanishad, Shetar Upanishad, it says, Tasya bhasha sarvamidam vibhati. He is shining, everything is shining. So the desire we understand, it is transcended. Because wherever I desire, who am I desire? It is only God, only divine, only because it is He shining everywhere. Because of His presence, everything is shining. So, nirbashana, that contentment is the very criterion of our day-to-day life. That's why this world, we are running for the quality of life and pursuit for wealth. But what is the ultimate wealth which will keep us in perfect peace? So this desire is the cause of that. Entire Yoga Vasishtha talks about this desire. Uh, Also another book, it's called Jivan Mukti Vivek. There are three things they say: Vasana Akshaya, Manonas, Manolay, and Tattva Jnana. By can be done in three ways. By curbing the desires, but living in the life peacefully. Tattva Jnana, thinking that everything is permeated by the Atman. The apparent name and form which you see is the only undergoes changes. So they are not my goal of life. And Manonai, how to teach our mind that it should not be affected by these expectations only. So let us come to the simple question of our life, that we understand this entire happiness and pleasure remains in the mind only. Can we live in this nirvashana, in the state of nirvashana? What Holy Mother said, to be in contentment. That is Holy Mother's own life. Holy Mother said that once I used to live, when I used to live, Ramakrishna passed away, she went to deep hardship. There is no good food, no good clothing. Life was so austere. And Mother said, I never find any restlessness in my heart. I feel my heart is filled with the joy, pitcher full of joy all the time. That is the point, contentment. Heart is filled with joy, a pitcher full of joy. Holy Mother said, people talk about this suffering, that suffering. My child, I never understood what is called suffering. But she went through what hardship. If you read the life, you will find. And what was her dedicated service day and night. But she is never discontent. Why? Because she has no expectation from anyone. If we have always our expectation. If I do something, I expect that you will return it to me. And then if not return, at least you will smile at me. Or not that, at least you will send a thank you card to me. So, we don't want that. I don't mean that I want anything, but at least some recognition. So this is the final degree of our expectation which works, which we are not aware of. So Holy Mother, day and night working, and giving and giving and giving and never looking back. As Christ said, Let your left hand do not know what your right hand has given, or left hand, right hand I am mixing, I do not know. But anyway, that means your own hand is doing some charity, left hand does not know. So that is the freedom. Freedom is there, but we always get stuck there. Whenever we give something, or whenever I think of something, someone's welfare even, I want to tell him, hey, I prayed for you. Huh? And you prayed for you, that is good for you that you prayed. Because you are connected with God that time. No? But even that recognition. But Holy Mother's life never ever expected anything from anyone. And Mother is to remember with a little thing which anyone did for Mother. Mother is to say, what to see the fault of others? I remember every person with a little thing anyone have done for me anytime. So this is the how to keep the contentment, because expectation is not there, no turbulence. You do your life's duty, let it take. Let it take our life's journey wherever we are. Do whatever comes as best as you can. Day and night, Holy Mother used to sleep. When everyone is sleeping, in the middle of the night, she is cleaning the road. Some pebbles from the road, she is picking up the pebbles from the road, because lest the devotees will come, their feet don't get hurt. So, see, but no recognition. And then one brahmachari came and said, Mother, what are you doing at this dead of night? Mother, see the response. Even we are good people, even I am doing thing, and if someone comes and tells that night time, they didn't do themselves, then what will you say? Hey, now you come to tell all this, can't you do it yourself? At least we would say this much. But Mother said, that's the point. How satisfied. Mother said, I have become old, I don't get good sleep. So I was thinking what to do. So I am doing this. Whole days you work for others. Any time anyone is coming, no dissatisfaction anywhere. And serving and serving and serving. So contentment, not looking that side, but looking this side. I have health problem. And if little health problem comes, I make phone calls to 10 people and say, no, it is happening. I am so much suffering and no one takes care of this and that. That's one way of becoming more dissatisfied. And when I am suffering, but someone is suffering more than me, you look at that, why am I complaining? That person, what is happening to that person? God has kept me much better in that condition. Immediately see the satisfaction, the contentment comes. So this is a very important practice in our every state of situation. As I cited the example of that lady who came, she was so happy because she could serve her child who cannot do anything by himself. Only her help is needed in every spot of time. And without any, you can say, oh, her own child, but there are many people who, not their own child, they do for orphan children. There are many. But how can they be satisfied, and how one can be dissatisfied? It is in our hand. Millionaire person may be dissatisfied day and night. And the people, see, go to the India, you go wandering monks, they don't have anything, but see their face beaming with joy. They go once for begging bowl, 4 pieces of chapatis they give and little dal and something, spinach, boom, they eat and happy. So expectation is the cause of suffering, not how much you have. So this is the point, how we can practice every day Holy Mother's path, that try to adjust yourself. Try to accept that this is the will of the Lord. Do your best, try your best, and God has a meaning. Why I am in this condition? God has a meaning, God has a purpose. So that gives satisfaction, and we can keep the continuity of our mental state pure and serene. Point is that we do meditation for what purpose? To make the mind calm. We study all Vedanta for what reason? To understand that this body, mind, these are all temporary, these are all functionality of the relative world. I am not that. That means to keep the mind calm, let things happen, but I will not be disturbed. So if that is that spiritual practice, we do japa, thinking that God's presence is with me. But do we really look at this side, that am I becoming more contented every day, every moment, whatever is happening? In office, it is happening with friends, it is happening in relationship, it is happening in our day-to-day interaction with people, it is happening. Can we see? Can we really try to think, okay, under these circumstances, I have done my best and I'm happy with it. My mother said, Jake jamon, take temon. Jekhane jamon, sekhane temon. Jokhon jamon, tokhon temon. A very simple word. It meaning that mother said, Jake jamon, you are interacting with a person. Huh? Why do you expect so much? Try to go into his or her level and interact. You do that when you go to a small boy or a girl of 9 or 10 years age. Don't you behave as the child behaves to talk to that person? And then you can interact. Otherwise, you will not, or the child will not talk to you. So similarly, in our life situation, whenever it is coming, the person as it is, don't judge much. Oh, he is bad, she is doing that, he did that and that. Don't judge them, but just be there and keep the mind peace. Be in the state of the mind as the other person's mind is. That's why the great people can do that. They easily come down. Ramakrishna could come down to anyone's level and give a boosting from there. That's why they are world teachers. They can, whenever you can come, suppose someone is suffering, you cannot do anything. You cannot do anything. Can you bring back the child who is dead for a mother? No. But can you come down to their condition? One lady lost her child and she was crying and weeping and came to Holy Mother. And hearing that child's death, mother cried out so spontaneously as if her own son has passed away. And with that sympathy, all the sufferings of that lady is gone. And she felt totally relaxed. So that to go to that level and to serve and hands off, never look back. That the world teachers can do. But we can learn out of that in our day-to-day transaction in the life, to be sympathetic or to go to the level. A person you are judging, we judge too much. Oh, he is drinking, he is doing this. Okay, what is your business? Can you help anything? Help. Otherwise, why to talk about that? So, and keep your mind in peace. You think I'm holier than you. Me, I'm holier than you. This thought is also, that is disturbing. I am low. That's also disturbing. I am nobody. That's also disturbance. Keep the dignity. That is the satisfaction inside. I am satisfied because I don't have any agenda. I do my job morning. We can all practice this. That we are all in our life situation. We are moving in the life's journey. Whatever comes in our life, I am doing it. And everywhere I try to detach, or you can say, similarly, you can say, I am contented in this condition, today's condition, with my health condition today, or my mental condition today, whatever, I'm happy with it. But I try to be better and better and better. But this contentment itself is a flat thing. Chitta vritti, the ripples of the mind, when it gets all straightened out, what will happen? The inner joy will spontaneously come out. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Raja Yoga says that when the mind becomes tranquil like that, dissatisfaction means what? Mind is jumping. I am dissatisfied. When you are satisfied, mind is calm and sitting. And as soon as mind becomes calm and sitting, the inner joy and tranquility will spontaneously come. Why we make ourselves discontent? It is our own choice. Yes, crying situation is there. I understand. I am talking because I am not suffering. Maybe people are suffering with much health hazard, hazard. But what is the solution? You cry and weep. Do you gain anything? You criticize others. Do you gain anything? Seeing something, you get irritated. Does it make any good sense in your life, or is it doing any help? But can we keep our mental peace? Okay, this world is like that. I am like this, and the other person is like that. Jake Jamun, interact with, Holy Mother says, interact with that person as the person is. Jake Jamun, take temun. And at particular time period, everyone's life, there is a particular period of time, some good days, bad days. Jokhon jam. You can live in a palatial house. Sometimes it may be you have to sell your house and you come to a small apartment or somewhere, survive. Accept that. Keep your peace. Peace is more important. These monetary things come and go. Today's achievement, tomorrow's failure. Life is going on in this wheel, in this cycle of ups and downs. So what should we do? Should we lose our balance and be a victim of this suffering and pain, or shall we try to keep the perfect placidness in the heart, the purity of the heart comes that way, to teach ourselves, I shall be, I will be happy. Any situation come, tell your mind, I will be happy, I will remain happy. And then find out how you can remain happy. And how many things in life comes. How many disasters have come. How many difficulties have passed away. So, but why we are dissatisfied? Because we love to be dissatisfied. That is Holy Mother's word. Holy Mother, an example. You love to be dissatisfied, so you're happy. Sometimes people say that I am nothing, nothing. That is our glory. You want to be glorified like that, go. But keep in your dignity. Keep your inner peace, tranquility. In particular time, in particular consequence, in particular relationship, particular state, try to keep the mind always contented. And always look this way. I am suffering, my condition is so bad, no one understands me, I am suffering. Don't say that. When you say, look down, those who are deprived, those who have so much of difficulties in comparison to me. So satisfaction will come. Not to think that I am better, but my mind will say, no, I am not the sufferer. The whole world suffering much more than I. Rather, I should be sympathetic to others. I should not think of myself. That will bring us selflessness. Our own selfish motivation, I. These are all discontent, and contentment is all centering our me. Discontent comes when I am body bound, mind bound. And then selflessness when it proceeds. Think of others. What you are talking about? You have a roof. You have somebody to look after. There are people, there is nobody to look after them. So how we can train our mind to keep the contented state of mind by great thanking or sending our gratitude to God, that is, I am happy that you have kept me under this condition. There are so many in the world who are suffering so much. And at least I can take your name, I can think of you, and I'm trying to improve my quality. But there are helpless situations people want to do, but they are unable to do because of the external environmental situations. So that's why it is called, it can be attained, the 4 sentinels that guard the door of moksha, it is said in the Yoga Vasishta of Valmiki, that the 4 sentinels that guard the door of moksha is peace, contentment, holy association, and this analysis. So our focus was contentment, so we can practice that contentment as much as we can. If every moment we are aware that whatever happens, I make a resolution, I will not be unhappy. If that conviction comes, I will not be unhappy. anything brings it, discard, analyze in the mind and tell that I must not have to be discontented. I can find joy here also, satisfaction, or trust in God, or in a devotional language, God has a purpose. He has put me to this trial today. Yes, there is a purpose. Or my karma, what is going away, just we can make it a positive.